let's say, let's give them, the people who are watching, something actionable. Like, how can you integrate on a daily basis mind, body, and spirit? Or how do you integrate? What is your practice? What is something that these people can do if they're experiencing imbalance, if they're experiencing emotional difficulties, or just learning how to regulate themselves and take themselves to the next level of their spirituality and in life, just, ready to reach that next level in life? Like, what is something that they can actionably apply?
I'll start.
Okay.
So when we're making choices in life, notice, am I reacting to something that I'm afraid of? Or am I responding by moving toward my true heart's desire? Ideally, we align, as Tangela was talking about earlier, we align our higher self, our God self, with our ego and our personality. When we're in that alignment, then we follow our true heart's desire. And that's when we make choices we feel good about. When we react in fear and make choices out of, I should do this, or I'm afraid of this, those are choices made more from reptile brain, and we're more likely to ultimately regret those choices. So the action is, am I responding through my joy, like Samuel said, joy? Am I following my joy? Am I moving toward my heart's desire? Or is my reptile brain taking over and I'm in reaction? And that's a constant practice that at any time we're making a choice, we can look at what's leading me, and really disciplining ourselves to always at least notice when I'm in reptile brain reaction, slow down, calm the nervous system, come back to center, and then move forward. So that's a lifelong practice. That's a big one. There's a lifelong daily practice, but I wanted to jump in and get that in there.
I think I'd like to also add, I love what you're talking about there, Scott. It's so powerful to really be able to, I guess, use alignment. And these are all wonderful terms. And I think sometimes we get very much in the ethereal and we want to bring it down to the practical, because sometimes people are very much like, what does that mean? My heart's desire. How do I know what is my heart's desire and things like that? So I think the biggest thing is also, when you look throughout your day, one of the things that I learned has been really helpful for me is, where am I placing my power in this moment? So in other words, is the power with someone else or is the power with me? So am I making time the power? Am I making, that person, that money that I want to come in, am I making that the power? And so part of integration and coming back to self, and I love when you mentioned earlier, someone mentioned Jesus and Muhammad and all the different lovely ascended, descended masters. I don't know what they're called. I'm not going to get into what their labels are, but I think they all came to show us what we really are, right? So I think that's the beauty of them. It's not so much about, they never, I love when Jesus said, you will do things greater than I. And when he said that, I thought to myself, then how could it be that we could never be worthy, right? We could never be. I was like, that doesn't make sense to me, right? Like, how could we do things greater than him if we're supposed to be always the way the religion has been taught? So I think for integration is, once again, recognizing your own power, and throughout the day, kind of doing what Scott's talking about, is listening to yourself and noticing what you're telling your inner conversation, but also, where are you placing your power from moment to moment? And so anytime you find yourself placing someone else on a pedestal, if you will, putting their head higher than yours, as the Buddhist would say, never to do, then that's when you're probably not listening to self, you're not honoring self. And so, and then not, and that helps you sort of like, wait, no one is better than me. No one is higher than me. No one has the answers that I need. They're just sharing, and through resonance, I will find my own truth, my own answers, my own way of interpreting. So anyway, that's that's what's been helpful to me, is to reclaim my power and say, where was I sort of placing, like, even if I'm listening to somebody like Scott, Tangela, Samuel, Iso, Omashar, and all the wonderful, amazing, brilliant minds on this, where you start to think they've figured out something that you haven't, or isn't available to you, and just recognizing that that's not true, that we're all just symbols or emblematic of what's already inside of each and every one of you and is available to you. And if you're resonating with it, then that means that there's something inside of you that's already, true. So anyway, just wanted to say that.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I absolutely love that, Bryn. And I kind of want to go a little bit deeper about that because, it's all about your thought process, right? If you're consistently putting yourself down, then your subconscious mind is going to bring more of that into your reality. So it's not about what you can't do or who you're not or comparing yourself to others. Just like bring yourself into the current moment and realize, like, where am I now? Where can I go? And whatever that direction is that you can go, like, just take steps towards that. Take steps towards that outcome because, nobody's perfect. And to judge yourself is to take away from the manifestation.
And one thing that everybody collectively has talked about in some kind of way is communication. How are you communicating to yourself? Which are your cells? You have so many, and Scott brought this up earlier, you have so many different aspects of yourself that are existing simultaneously in every dimension. How are you communicating with your higher self, your cells, your innate, which is the consciousness of your cells? How are you communicating with these different aspects of yourself? How are you going within and talking to the God within, which is your soul? Because your soul is perfect. It's made in the image of God. That's what that means. Your soul, imperfections that you experience in this life is from the human experience. And again, this just brings back the catalyst, that opportunities that gives us this chance to shift our paradigm in a way where, we talk about the level up. You're going from level 50 to 60, or you're raising your consciousness. However your perspective views that, it's all the same. It's all the same.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. It's so powerful. Like when Raela's used the word manifestation, and I know a lot of people think that that's something that you do, but going back to everything that was shared by Samuel, Iso, and Scott, is that it's something that is already core to you. It's not something you do, it's something that you're already. And so like there's a nomer, whatever we want to say, but we've been taught incorrectly that we need to, of course, understanding the mechanics of something is helpful to be able to utilize it better, but you're already manifesting and creating or becoming aware of a certain state and plane and reality and existence in your very breathing. And so it's just, once you become conscious of it, then you go through the different stages and levels to then understand that simply when you get to the place of the Jesus level consciousness, the Muhammad, whatever, is just walking in the way of, like you said, that present moment, that awareness, because then that is when all the magic is just there, because it was always who you were. And like I said, it's more shedding than it is adding. You are, it's pulling out of you this ancient or knowing that has already been there, but it's been covered up by all of the world stuff that, we've needed in some aspect to survive, but now, we're going beyond surviving to all the different levels. So.
I love that, going past the survival mode. We've been in survival mode for too many generations right now at this point. And a lot of people would have called it the dark ages, but we are now moving more to this enlightened state where we unify. There used to be this duality of like dark versus light, but it's like now it's being able to unify that darkness within and understand like your imperfections and forgive yourself for your imperfections, and then step into a space where you're able to make progress through your belief, through your intention, and basically just through your consciousness.
And that's where that unity comes into play, because we're talking about integration and unity. We're integrating that mind, body, and spirit within, but in doing so, our vibration is affecting other people's vibration around us. When you have one person operating in pure love, they affect 750,000 people on the planet.
Mm-hmm.
So when look at all the people that are here, when we're all operating in that same love, we are generating a huge shift in the field, in the consciousness, in the vibration of the planet, that we're only going up. We're only going into these higher vibrations. We're moving on up, as the Jeffersons say. And that's where that as above, so below, because we're doing it within. And then also us collectively doing it within is connecting to each other, because we are connecting to that God within us, that God within each other, because we are reflections of each other. In Lakesh Alakan, I am
Yes.
another you, you are another me.
And you're a microcosm of the macrocosm. So what that means is when you work on self, you are affecting the rest of this planet. So that's why going within is so important, because that creates this ripple of vibration that spreads out into the ethers and is received from other hearts, other brains, other beings on this planet.
So in some kind of way, we're all doing grid work. We're all sending a vibration out into the collective everywhere we go. It's just a matter of what is the intention behind that vibration.
Absolutely.
Beautiful. And I love that, what you're saying, Sahat, there. Yes, this is what we're doing now. We're all doing this collective grid work. We do it physically as we travel from place to place, and we're doing it etherically across the quantum field in every moment with our energies. And of course, we're doing it here on Zoom with our technologies. And we're creating this vibrant, energetic grid together, where we're supporting one another, and we can feel this palpable energy of support that we're creating for one another, but then we're really reverberating this across the planet so powerfully. And that's really what we're stepping into. And I just, Bryn had mentioned, we're moving out of survival mode. For so long, we've been in survival mode. Like, I have to get this done just to get to the next level. I have to survive. And I'm saying we're moving into the relaxation mode, where we can truly relax into who we are as divine beings. And I would say, like, just a practice for people, the practice that I do in the morning when I wake up is just to really relax, truly relax into who I am. And, we can all do it in different ways, and I do it in different ways on different mornings. I love to connect to Gaia, connect to Mother Earth, connect to nature, connect to the cosmos, to source above, and really just feel that energy flowing up, connecting to source, and down, connecting to Gaia, and feel that energy flowing through me. And just relaxing into that, relaxing into the pure source energy of who I am, so I can remember before I start my day that this is who I am. And so then once that day begins, when the phone call comes or the technology is wonky, and as the things come up, pause, I can take a pause and just relax. And that's, and it's a constant practice for each and every one of us. Scott had mentioned, we're trained to react. We're trained to react, and we're trained to react to everything and everyone around us, as if the world is out to get us. Whereas, we're actually here co-creating this world with us. And when we can remember just to pause and relax, let go, and also remember that each of us has our own world that we're creating, and to not take anything personally, because I think that's also something that we do. One of the 5 rooms is don't take anything personally, because it's almost never that someone is doing something against you or because of you. That person is living in their own world, in their own universe. And so when we take a breath and pause and relax, we relax into our own universe and remember who we are. And then we can move forward with that energy away from the reactions, the blame, the shame, all of these programs that are part of our karmic past, part of our akash, part of the collective energy. As we're raising our frequencies, we are becoming even more and more sensitive to these collective energies. And then as we pause and as we relax, we're able to transmute these energies, not just for ourselves, but for our lineage and for the collective. So it's just such a powerful practice here as we are pausing and taking this collective breath together during the summit. And it's this energy that we're creating and this energetic of support that we can continue to tap into every day. And so just, my practice is to tap into every morning and then as much as I can throughout the day.
I
Love
love
that.
that. And you bring up such a beautiful point about your karma. We all have experienced karma up to this point, and now we're in this new vibrational energy, like physically in space. We're in the photon belt. This energy is alive. It's living light that is surrounding, going through us, integrating with us. So we don't need karma anymore. So one of the things that I would suggest to other people, because we're talking about communication, communicate to your Akash. When we talk about your Akash, this is the record of your spirit, of your soul, every lifetime that you have and will have, because it's not just about past life, but everything is happening to you in the now. So to drop your Akash, just simply say, "Dear Akash, I now have the wisdom through ascension over what bothers us and what doesn't." And really emphasize that us, because you are a multidimensional being. You have your soul, your higher self. You have so many different aspects of you that are working in unity. So release that Akash and just simply state, I have the power over what bothers us and what doesn't. I now navigate fully with divine expressions. And it's as simple as that. Say that. And when we talk about the programming, everything is a program. If you had no programs, you would literally be brain dead. You would just be like a vegetable. So we have to have some kind of programming in our body to navigate in this physical world. So it's just, what kind of programming do you want? Let's pick that one that is beneficial to our journey.
I love it. I love it. Samuel, do you want to give oh, my apologies. Was Omashar, did you say something?
I did. Sam, you can come after me, brother. I was just had going through my head what Tangela was saying about the world is not out to get us. And then it kind of flipped it and it went into, well, actually, the world will eventually get us. And so that was pretty cool. And another thing was going through my inner scape is that as a practice, if you're feeling out of sorts, really out of sorts, get your cell phone, put it on your countertop, walk out of your house and feel where it's attached to you. And with me, I found that it's in my solar plexus, and you won't notice this, but walk further and further and further away without your phone, and you'll see how much attachment is there. But talk yourself out of it in your mind and keep on walking until you hit a patch of grass or a tree or a stream or a lake or whatever, and then sit down by that lake until you can hear the birds again, until you can smell what's in the environment again. And then you've come back more to your authentic self, because we already are our authentic selves. We've just covered them over and over and over and over. So the practice is, get your cell phone, turn it off or whatever, leave it at home, walk out the door, see, oh my God, someone's going to call me. No, well, maybe they are, but who cares? Just see where it's attached within yourself, then talk yourself out of the attachment, go to a tree or a patch of grass, some water, whatever, and just let go and let go and let go until you've forgotten about your phone and you can hear the birds and smell the flowers and etc. So there we are. That's my bit.
Beautiful.
Yes, I love it.
Beautiful. And we're
spicy.
yeah, right. We're gonna come back to Omashar in just a moment. to take us away into his cosmic vibrations. But before we do that, Samuel, do you have just a little tip for the people to
I
take?
do. I kind of just want to wrap up what we've all been cultivating and putting in this cosmic pot and stirring. And in a quote, you know, Tangela, all of us have said it in such beautiful, a myriad of ways, but Tangela said, you know, we're all affecting the grid. We are all affecting reality through our unique expression, through our unique daily lives. And this summit and everything we do is a catalyst for change, you know, because we are co-creators with the Most High. We are a part of the Most High, you know, we are aspects of it. And so coming together with this intention, with the ultimate law, as Eso says, which is love, we are incubating ascension, you know, and those that are tuning in, those who listen in the future, and even those who may not be on the summit, just by just by doing this, we are rapidly, it's like a hyperbolic time chamber. And what I mean by that, let me put it in layman's terms, is it's a microwave for ascending, you know, because as we affect one another, we get in line. You know, I don't know if you guys have ever seen those that experiment with those beads that if you drop and you can start them at a different time, but it's the synchronicity that things wants to be in harmony with the universe and each other. So that's what's happening. We're raising the vibration together. But I will succinctly put all of what we're saying and the unity that we all are in an analogy that Source gave to me many years ago. A star alone shines bright and beautifully. But when stars shine together, they make a gorgeous constellation. Feel that. Alone, we shine. But choosing, like we are now, to hold one another in compassion, in light, ourselves, each other, and literally all the other souls on the planet, we make a constellation that can be felt in every reality. In every reality. So that's all I have for the next beat, for that piece.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Yes.
Beautiful.
Unity.
Unity. All right. So with that said,
T-Y.
let us move forward to a beautiful transition with Omashar. He's going to take us away with his vibrations of cosmic energy.
I am. And interesting you were talking about the constellation there, Sam, because there's a line in this song which is called The True Ones, which is now we are the star. Maybe I'll change it to now we are the constellation. So I think we're good, and we're good, and we're good. All right. Dearly beloved. Breathing free again. I love the air we breathe as we fly again. I love the sacred skies. We are whole again. I love the way we've changed, with open hearts again. I love the love we are. We are rising, there's no disguising the truth of who we are. With our hearts connected again, now we are the stars. And as we walk again, we know the sacred earth. And as we see again, to ourselves we give birth. As we feel again, our boundaries dissolve. Free to love again, right from the heart of one. We are rising, there's no disguising the truth of who we are. With our hearts connected again, now we are the stars. And now that we are home, and all is said and done, light can find its way through all the true ones, and broken hearts resolve into the song of life. And the song of life will now be heard by all. We are rising, there's no disguising